Hey YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives and Lights with a double feature flashlight review. Two flashlights, EDC sized flashlights from Manker Quinlan. We have the T01 and the U11. I got these from gearbest.com, so if they're not on sale, there will be a discount code. There you see a closer look at the lights, very nice. The smaller light takes a 14500 battery. I would recommend an Eagle Tack like that one there. And the larger light takes a 18650 battery, and I would recommend a through night like you see there. But the smaller one can also use a double A battery, right? It won't be as bright, but it can use it. And the larger one can also operate on two CR123 batteries like those Surefires. The larger light can also recharge the 18650. It comes with that cable, right? It's a USB to micro USB. And when it's recharging, you see there's a blue blinking light underneath the side switch. All right, I have this hooked up to my CamaSafe power bank light that I've reviewed previously. And size comparisons from left to right, we have a Zebralight SC52, a Mech Army PT14, then the Manker Quinlan light, the T01, and then a Nitecore EA11. These all use the same type of battery. And for the 18650 lights, we have a Nitecore MH20, and then the Manker Quinlan U11, and then a Lumentop Mini SD. Here is a beam profile comparison between the Nitecore EA11 up top and the Manker Quinlan T01. All right, the Manker rated at 900 lumens, all right, and the Nitecore slightly higher than that. And here are the beam profiles for the Nitecore MH20 on top, and then the Manker Quinlan U11. Okay, so you can see around 1000. The Manker is listed as 1050 max lumens. How to operate the smaller of the two lights? Well, you just short press that to turn it on. It has 4 brightness levels, so subsequent presses will cycle through the 4 brightness levels. Right, and you long press it to turn it off. It has a memory function, so if you long press it to turn it on, it'll come back in the last brightness level used. Strobe warning: if you double tap, you get strobe. Tap it again and you'll get SOS mode. And one more press will give you the beacon special mode. And the longer light, if you long press the side switch, it'll turn it on in whatever brightness level you used last. If you short press the side switch, it'll turn it on in the lowest brightness level. And it has 5 brightness levels, which you can cycle through just with subsequent presses, and a long press will turn it off. Strobe coming up. If you double tap the side switch, you can get to the strobe. If you press it once more, it'll go to a mode where the side switch glows blue. And if you press it once more, it will flash SOS in Morse code. Both of these lights are programmable. Okay, those mode cycles I demonstrated for you, those are just the default mode cycles. You can get to a whole different mode cycle where you can program the different brightness levels, all right? And it explains how to do that in diagrams and the instructions, okay? It would be probably really confusing if I just demonstrated it and you couldn't read it there, but if you buy the light, you know, it'll tell you how to do that in the instructions very clearly. At this time, I'm going to roll in some outdoor testing footage and demo footage with both of these lights. I'm going to start off with the shorter light. All right, here it is on the front steps. Going to cycle through the brightness levels. Now, like I said, this thing is rated at 900 lumens maximum, and it is extremely bright for such a small light. You can see, I mean, it is more than adequate if you had to light your path, like if your porch light went out or something like that. Now, one thing I want you to note, look how bright and focused the hotspot is. That indicates great range. All right, around back on the testing board, cycling through the modes, very bright. All right, and we have a strobe coming up, so strobe warning. Disco fever coming at you. And a nice disorienting strobe. Alright, longer range, and as I was saying, this has very good range. I mean, it's rare to find a 14500 light that's a long thrower, but this has great throw. See, I'm zooming in there. Now this is from me perched in the second story window, shining it down to where we were standing at the testing board. Right, very impressive range. Zooming back or panning back so you can see. Reaching out to those chairs. Now from that angle you can see better how far that is. I'm way up in a second story window. If there was a person there, you would clearly see them. So yeah, impressive range for such a compact little light. Okay, big brother, this is the larger. That's moonlight. And now cycling through the different brightness levels on the front steps, up to the maximum of 1050. Yeah, this is also extremely bright. Alright, just walking around back to the testing board, more than capable of lighting your way. Yeah, and again, a nice focused hotspot. This is going to have good range as well. Alright, there it is on the testing board. Alright, and that is the 1050 lumens. And that's how dark. Yeah, that was the moonlight mode. Cycling through the modes again. Alright, and we have a strobe coming up, just to warn you. Alright, and there, yeah, very disorienting. Very disorienting. Alright, you want to see the side switch? That's the mode where the side switch will glow blue. Right, it's having, the camera doesn't focus that well, but there it goes. Alright, so the blue side switch, pretty cool. And some longer range shots. Again, I am perched way up in a second story window, looking and pointing it down to where we were. And I mean, look how bright. Yeah, that hot spot really widens out to a nice usable footprint, even reaching way to those chairs. And you can see how far when I zoom back, pan back like that. Impressive range. I mean, this is a multitasker, okay? Good flood, but also good throw. And we are back. Okay, so final thoughts. Well, about this shorter one, it is really compact and really powerful and bright for how compact it is. And it has very long range. I mean, usually little EDC lights, they're just floods. This has both flood and throw, right? And I like how the memory function is accessible with a long press. As for the larger light, even brighter. It's definitely bright enough. It's fairly compact. And the fact that it's USB rechargeable is important to many people. And I like that you can light the side switch. That's a nice touch. Overall, these are two extremely well-made lights. I mean, this company knows what it's doing. The shortcuts make perfect sense. You know, you long press for the memorized brightness level. Just a short press will start you in the lowest mode, and then a double tap for the strobe. That's all really quick, really intuitive. Yeah, I would definitely recommend these lights if you want compact, multitasking lights that have both flood and throw and are really well made. Right, so I will include the link. And you know, it also does depend on what price you can get. I've seen all sorts of different prices, and with the sales and stuff, you know, you just never know. All right, so that's your call. I hope you enjoyed seeing these lights. This has been We All Juggle Knives and Lights. I'm out.